We spent $40,000 on eggs for this episode. That's right, half a dozen of eggs are going into today's recipe. And in these times, that's basically a luxury ingredient. But trust me, it's worth it. Because today we're making the ultimate breakfast mac and cheese casserole loaded with crispy bacon, maple sausage, soft scrambled eggs, and a rich, ultra creamy cheese sauce, all topped with golden hash browns and finished with a warm maple drizzle. Yeah, you heard that right, maple syrup on mac and cheese. And before you doubt me, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be running to the kitchen to make this. So let's get to it. But before we dive in, all the ingredient measurements are listed down in the description, along with Amazon affiliate links for almost everything I use in this episode. If you pick something up through those links, I get a small commission, but just like my Patreon and YouTube memberships, it helps fund these recipes and keep the channel going. All right, so first things first, we need to cook up our bacon and sausage, because what's brunch without crispy, smoky, savory goodness, right? I'm using thick cut bacon here because it holds up better in the sauce and stays crispy longer. Now, here's the trick. We need to almost burn our bacon. If you were to mix soggy bacon into your mac and cheese, it's going to just disappear into the sauce and you'll probably choke on it later. And we don't want that. So we're cooking this extra crispy just before burnt, and we're going to save half of this to sprinkle on top later. Trust me, it makes a difference in the eating experience. Also, between batches of bacon, make sure you drain some of that bacon grease so you don't end up steaming the bacon instead of crisping it. But don't throw it all away. Bacon grease is liquid gold. Save it in a jar and use it for things later on. For the sausage, I'm using this Jimmy Dean maple breakfast sausage because that slight sweetness ties in perfectly with the flavors of this dish. Brown it up, break it into crumbles, and set it aside. And yes, you could totally use spicy sausage here if you want a little kick. All right, let's talk eggs, because we're making soft scrambled eggs that are going to stay creamy even after baking. And here's how we do it. Low heat is key. I'm talking medium low heat. We're going to use a non-stick pan with a nice pat of butter, and we're going to whisk our eggs well with some heavy cream, and this is going to help keep them silky and prevent streaky whites. Now, when your pan is preheated, add in that knob of butter and let it melt until just foamy. Then pour in the eggs, and here's the trick. Constantly move them around with a silicone spatula. This prevents them from overcooking and sticking. You want big, soft curds forming, but still slightly runny, because remember, they're going to finish cooking in the oven. And don't be afraid to take your pan on and off the heat to control it. But eventually you'll want to take them off while they're still glossy, and trust me, they'll be absolute perfection in this casserole. Now for the most important part, the cheese sauce. Because a great mac and cheese is all about the sauce. We're starting with butter and flour to make a roux over medium heat, and we're just gonna cook it long enough to get rid of that raw flour taste. You'll actually be able to smell the difference. Then we slowly add in heavy cream and evaporated milk. And yes, I'm emphasizing slowly. If you pour it all in at once, you're gonna get lumps, and nobody wants a clumpy sauce. Slowly adding in the liquid lets the roux absorb it gradually, keeping the sauce silky smooth. And for the cheeses, we're gonna start with half a block of room temperature cream cheese, and then we're gonna use a blend of sharp cheddar, smoked Gouda, Fontina, and Gruyère, because why use one cheese when we can use 5? I'm just kidding, we're actually gonna use 6 cheeses with your silly asses. Because I've got a little mascarpone cheese here that I'm gonna toss in, and it's gonna make the sauce ridiculously creamy. Just melt everything in one handful at a time, on a low heat still, so that cheese sauce stays smooth and doesn't get grainy. Lastly, we're going to stir in some Dijon mustard, smoked paprika, and salt and pepper to taste. Now we bring it all together. We're going to cook our pasta just under al dente, like 1 or 2 minutes less than what the package says, because it's going to finish cooking in the oven as well. Oh, also don't forget to salt your pasta water. You want to salt it like the ocean. This is your one chance to season the pasta itself, and I've seen a few comments saying they're going to leave the salt out of the pasta water. Don't do that, please. Once your pasta is just under al dente, by the way, I'm using cavatappi pasta here today, drain it and then fold it into that rich cheese sauce, followed by half the crispy bacon, all of the sausage, and all of the soft scrambled eggs. And then before we get it into our baking vessel, make sure you grease that dish well. Those things love to grab onto melted cheese, and we don't want half the casserole stuck to the bottom. Now let's talk toppings. For the crunch factor, we're going to use some golden hash browns instead of breadcrumbs. And you want to make sure these are thawed out and super dry. So let them thaw out first, then get them spread out on some paper towels and press on them to get as much moisture out of them as you can. Don't skip this. If you put wet hash browns in, you're gonna get wet hash browns out. Moisture is actually our enemy at this moment. Once your hash browns are dry, we're gonna add some melted butter to them, some Parmesan cheese, some garlic powder, and some salt and pepper. Mix it up well, and then distribute it nice and evenly over your entire casserole. Then into a preheated oven at 375 degrees for 30 minutes it goes, and it could take all the way up to 40 minutes. You pretty much just want it nice and golden brown and the cheese bubbling. And if you want a little extra crisp, don't be afraid to turn that broiler on for about 2 minutes. Just keep an eye on it because it will burn. Once the time is up, let it cool for about 10 minutes, and for the final touch, some freshly chopped chives for color and a little brightness, the other half of our crispy bacon, and a warm maple drizzle. Sweet, savory, crispy, cheesy. This is brunch elevated. Hey, if you've made it this far, you need to hit that like button. Let me know in the comments, what's your go-to brunch dish? And if you want to support the channel, check out my Patreon, just $1 a month or more if you're feeling generous. Helps pay for recipes in these here inflated times. I've also got YouTube memberships for $2.99, that does the exact same thing. And the Amazon affiliate links in the bottom for almost everything I use in this episode. If you buy something, I get a small commission, which goes right back into the channel. As for a poor choice, you can't go wrong with the classic mimosa. So whether you're serving this up for brunch or you're just making yourself breakfast for the entire week, that's a crazy breakfast. I hope you enjoy this recipe because I am about to go diving back in. So until then, peace.